Okay, so you ready for this?
I think so. Hit me.
Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into one of those legends that just sends chills down your spine,
Oh, I love a good creepy legend. What have we got?
Houska Castle. And get this, it's supposed to be built right on top of a gateway to hell.
You're kidding, right? A gateway to hell.
Nope, dead serious.
Okay, you've got my attention.
We're going by this book, Houska Castle, Sealing the Gateway to Hell.
Well, the title sure doesn't beat around the bush, does it?
It does not. So let's just jump right in. The book claims that the castle sits on top of this, bottomless pit.
A bottomless pit.
That's what it says. And it's not just any pit. It's supposedly a direct route to,
To hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that idea isn't as out there as it sounds. I mean, think about it. All sorts of cultures have these stories about entrances to the underworld.
That's true, I guess. Like what?
Well, you've got the Greeks, right? With the river Styx and all that.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then there's the Mayans. They believed that these cenotes, these sinkholes, were gateways to the underworld, too.
Huh. So this whole hellmouth thing is kind of a recurring theme.
It definitely seems to be. I guess some things just scare us on a really deep level, no matter where or when we live.
Okay, so back to Houska Castle. The book actually says that the castle was built there for a specific reason. To seal off this gateway.
To keep whatever's down there, down there.
Exactly. And apparently, there are all these stories about, get this, demonic creatures.
Demonic creatures, huh? Coming out of the pit.
That's what they say.
Okay, now that's where I have to step back for a second.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Back in the 13th century, people didn't have science to explain everything.
True, it was a pretty different world back then.
So imagine you stumble across a cave and it's emitting weird gases, or maybe there's an earthquake or something.
Yeah, without any scientific knowledge.
Exactly. It'd be easy to think you're dealing with something supernatural.
I see your point. I mean, you don't just leap to gateway to hell without a good reason.
Right. There had to be some pretty intense stories and experiences to make people believe something like that.
So what do you think? What kinds of things might have happened that made people think this pit was a portal to hell?
Well, who knows, right? Maybe they saw strange lights or heard eerie sounds coming from the pit. Maybe there were even some unfortunate accidents that got blamed on, well, demonic forces.
It's like our brains just need an explanation, even if it's a scary one.
I think you're right. And especially when you're talking about something like hell, that's a powerful concept. I mean, it represents all our deepest fears. The unknown, punishments, losing control, the whole 9 yards.
Yes, okay.
Building a castle over that. Maybe it was a way to try and control those fears, make them feel safer.
It's like a physical manifestation of their anxieties about hell.
Exactly. They're literally trying to contain this terrifying concept by building something solid right on top of it.
It really makes you wonder how much of this legend is based on, actual events versus just fear and stories.
We might never know for sure, and I think that's what makes these legends so fascinating. They give us this glimpse into the minds of our ancestors and how they saw the world.
And even if the gateway to hell isn't real, the castle is. And it was built for a reason, right?
Exactly. It's a reminder that our beliefs and fears can shape the world around us in very real ways. So here's a question for you, and for anyone listening. If you had to design a structure to seal off a gateway to hell, what would it look like? What would you build it with? What kind of symbols would you use?
That's an amazing question. It makes you think, doesn't it? We may never know the whole truth about Houska Castle, but it certainly gives us a lot to ponder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the unknown, everyone.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.